What's up, guys? Welcome back to Breakout Trading. It is Monday, November 2nd, so this is the first trading day of the month of November, the first November I've ever traded, and we are green, which is pretty nice. So let me just lower this a bit. But before I talk about the trade I made today in CSIQ, which was a short play, which I'm really hyped on, because as you guys have been watching, you'll know that I've been having some troubles with my short plays, but this is a really nice one, and even though it's kind of coming up now with the rest of the market, I really liked my execution. But before I go over this, I want to talk about a Bitcoin trade that I took, and I might close it right now because it's just not working. So this is my Bitcoin chart here. This was the setup I had going last night. The SPY's been really weak lately, and so has the entire pretty much like traditional market. As you can see, this has been like the last week here in the SPY, and Bitcoin has just been absolutely ripping, like so strong, just so incredibly strong. Even compared to like Ethereum, it's just been on a new level of its own. So I have been respecting it. As you guys know, I got long here and ended up selling it way too early before 12K. Didn't trade anything really in this move. And now what I'm kind of looking for is for this thing to top out around those 2019 highs and drift back down towards this this green box, which is the tops from here. So I'm thinking that we could drift down to this area, but I don't want to be jumping in front of the bus, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be trying to short the front side of this move, because past 14K, the next resistance is all the way at 20K, so I don't really want to be in front of this bus. But as you can see, like, man, it really looks like we want to pull back. However, we just aren't. So this is my position here. So I'm short. So this is just a zoomed in version of that chart we just looked at. This is the 2.5K area that I'm thinking Bitcoin will pull back to. And I ended up getting short last night. So this is the top here, that when we tried to push through 14K, put in a nice wick here and got rejected. And then there was a bit of like a support here that we kept testing at 13,650. And I actually got short right here, and this was the position. So this is the setup. So I was short 0.02 BTC on 10x leverage at 13,710, and my take profit was right above 12.5K for a gain of $20, and my risk is really high right now at 14,200, risking $10. So I don't really know if I want to leave my risk up that high. Like, this thing is just not really showing many signs that it wants to roll over. It kind of just looks like it's still just uptrending, so I don't want to fight the trend. Yeah, it sucks. I was up $7 this morning when it was down here, and then it just rallied up so hard just today. So I'm not really too sure what I want to do with it. Yeah, like I said, this was the setup when I entered. We didn't have that big wick, and now if you can see, like, look at how we had that huge wick down, and then that got like bought right back up like that. So that's not what you want to see if you're short. You want to see this thing. You want to see this thing print like a nice big like red candle, and then just stay like that, and then maybe tomorrow is another red one, something like that. Not it get bought right back up and then hover around this area longer. That means that you probably have not nailed the top. So honestly, just because the election in the US is tomorrow and stuff, I might just close this position for like nothing, break even. Or I guess I could move my stop up here. You know what, I'm just going to close it. I don't really like having an open position that's not working very clearly, and that I'm just doesn't look like Bitcoin's ready to break down, which is pretty insane. But you know, charts don't lie. You know, the charts don't lie. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out right here for like nothing. So there we go. Closing it there for like $1 gain. Yeah, this account's been growing kind of slowly, honestly. I should have just kept that initial long entry I had like way down here and rode that thing way up, but I sold it freaking right here, which is so brutal. But you know, hindsight's always 20/20. At the end of the day, we are still up on the account. The original deposit was 50, so we're just going to be patient, wait for the next really good setup in crypto. So yeah, that leads us over to traditional stocks now, and as you can see, I'm up $11 on one short position on CSIQ. And the thesis for this one was basically just to play off the daily chart. So let me just get myself sorted here. Minimize that stuff, and we'll open up this CSIQ. Okay, so right here, if you can look at the daily chart, CSIQ is a solar stock, and as you guys probably know, the solar stocks had like an epic run, and now they're kind of pulling back with the rest of the market. And I noticed on CSIQ, we had created this sort of base here around $37, and I talked about this in my previous video, yeah, that I really wanted to nail the short here on the breach of this support level. And then on Friday we had a really nice sell-off there that I completely missed. You can see it, that was this day right here, just an absolute drop to the moon, and I missed that short. And then this morning it kind of gapped up like above 37 again, and then on the open it opened up right back underneath that that level I was watching, that 37.50 level. You can see that that was support on Wednesday, Thursday, and we come up and tested it right there. So I went ahead and got short there. I got short only 14 shares, and this was kind of the setup here. So as you can see, we were making like high or low on whatever day this is. I think this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, so this was Friday last week, and then we had Monday last week. Tuesday we made a high there, and then Wednesday, Thursday we made a lower high, and then Friday we had the breakdown, and we came up, and now we're retesting this support level, which will hopefully act as resistance now, which it so far has today. And my stop loss was right above the high of day for today. So you can see right there. This thing opened up and it kind of formed into like this wedge here, and I didn't want to short it at all while it was forming this wedge because it looked like it could potentially break up to the upside. But as soon as we had a high here, we came up and we made another high right here, and then immediately had this huge rejection, and that was my signal to get short right there, and my stop loss was right above these two highs. And I was hoping at this point we'd roll over, which is pretty much what ended up happening. Okay, yeah, this is just another one. So we had, that's where my entry was right there, and we kind of rolled down, popped back up a second time. In hindsight, this would have been an epic place to add, but it was pretty close to my stop loss, so I was just going to let the trade ride, and hopefully we could break down past 36.75, these kind of lows here, and get an extended move downwards. So here's the final screenshot of when I covered it. As you can see, we did end up sort of breaching these lows here from the morning. We came back and we retested it right here as resistance, and then sold off further. And right at this point, we were kind of lining up with, we made like a bit of a low here, and we were kind of grinding it out right here too. So I just decided to take it. Instead of trying to scale out, I might just try and like hold my positions longer, because that has been an issue of mine. But also just kind of take it off in one tier, because I'm trading such small size. Like if I tiered out 3 times in this, I'd lose $3. I only made 7 on it net, so it makes sense just to kind of have one entry and one exit for the size of trades that I'm taking right now. So yeah, that was pretty much it. And then as you can see, it's starting to curl up now with the rest of the market. The SPY is curling up as well. But just basically, this was basically this was the thesis right here. Just a nice top formation and a breach of that floor and a retest as resistance. So that is the trade idea. And luckily, well, not really luckily, I knew the market was selling off, so that's kind of what helped us out today. But what else I want to say is this is a $2.2 billion stock with 45 million shares. So this is a large cap, and I usually stick to small cap trading. But that's the whole point of trading is, you know, you got to adapt. So there was pretty much 0 small caps that I would even consider longing today. They were all trash. So when there's not any opportunity to the long side, instead of just taking loss after loss after loss, trying to make something happen that's not there, you got to adapt. And that's part of the reason I came over to Trade Zero, is because I was sick of just being stuck on the long side for times like this where the market's been very weak. You know, oh, look at all this opportunity here to go short. You don't want to be the guy that's beating his head against the wall trying to long every single breakout when the market is clearly just downtrending and weak. So yeah, that's pretty cool that I was able to profit from that trade today. I kind of got a second chance on it after the day that I missed it, and I am happy with that. So the locate fees were $174 and my commissions were $2. So net I am up $760 today. So that's a pretty good way to start the month. And I really like this setup. You know, it looks like a descending triangle with a break, a retest, and now a sell-off. So yeah, just overall really happy with this trade. And that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah, you saw me close the Bitcoin trade. So man, I'm just trying to get a good Bitcoin trade again, but I haven't really seen any really clear setups or any sort of insane momentum. Bitcoin's just kind of been grinding upward slowly, which is not the best place to long because it's pretty overextended in my opinion right now. So I don't want to long it up here at like 13.5K. But we will just have to see what the market gives us. Anyways, guys, this was a lesson today in, like, you know, just adapting to what the market gives you. I'm not longing anything today. Nothing looked good, so I went on the other direction, the short side. And that's the nice thing about being a trader, is you're not locked to, you know, one side. You can just find whoever's winning. Right now the Bears are winning this last week or so and join their team. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it today. I don't know if I've just been rambling or not, but this is the trade, and yeah, adios.